Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce for the first time the K-By podcast coming from Red Noise 6 Studios on DSM TV Live, starring Maya Betcher and Laura Biggins.
We're here, guys.
Gotta get it out. We're late,
but we are here and we are so excited. I have the nervies.
I know, big time.
I don't know.
And we're like 11, 12 minutes late, but we're going to hit right into it. So let's intro who we are.
So we're K-By. It's a little podcast made up of these two gals, and we usually have a guest, but tonight we have two.
Yes, two.
Yeah, two.
Zooming in. And a little bit about K-By. We started a year ago. We are business owners in the Des Moines area, and we wanted to bring on women business owners and talk about daily baloney, business. I don't know, but we wanted to talk about all the things that we had to say that we were saying to each other.
Yes.
We wanted to bring it to the people.
And also, we both of us like to help people, and so even if our message doesn't, we love to share what we've learned, how we fell, how we got back up, what we did to succeed. So that's kind of what we based our podcast on. But don't get me wrong, we have a wide range of guests and jokes.
And they come on and we sit behind a mic and no one is seeing us. So we're doing a lot of doing all this. And now here we are, we're on camera. We're at the DSM TV Live at Red Noise 6 Studio, and we've got a lot of help, and it's been pretty amazing. So we have pivoted officially, doing some different things, Laura and I. So the podcast is awesome. Our businesses are great. Laura has the vinyl studio, which is in Valley Junction. She runs her stationery business called By Invitation Only Inc. out of that shop. And then I have Wildflower, which is a flower shop on Ingersoll, and we specialize in event design and decor and making flowers day to day.
Daily deliveries.
Yep, daily deliveries. So we are delivering like crazy. So we're excited about that. We love our people. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling really sentimental about my community and my family and friends and followers who are getting us through kind of a weird time.
Yeah.
So we've been digging it. We've been having a great time kind of making hay, I guess you say.
Sure we do.
I don't know. Nobody does?
Well, my dad did.
I mean, making hay, you're doing what you got to do to get through. I'm losing events. I'm losing all kinds of other things, but we're picking up where we can, and we're pivoting. Yes.
That's obviously been everybody's, buzzword during these times. And just trying to make a mountain out of nothing.
Yeah. Well, and we'll go through this a little bit, but the silver lining and the things that are happening that keep us all sort of happy and feeling warm and fuzzy. Yep. And which will just segue right into, we have our first ever sponsor. So thank you, Wine Styles.
Yeah, Wine Styles in West Des Moines. They are, I'm going to read the script because I don't want to get this wrong, but Andrea McGinnis. She is one of the owners of the Wine Styles franchise. It's a national network of wine shops where the West Des Moines store serves as their corporate location. So I think that I saw on their website they have a location in Alaska.
Okay.
So I feel like we need to go do an episode from there.
Yeah.
But that's,
here we come.
So they're surviving with takeout and curbside service, which I'm a frequent flyer of. My favorite is this Capital Fizz. Comes in it comes in littles and bigs, and they just dropped it right in my door today, and it's really good. So that curbside service and delivery, and they look forward to the days that people can come back inside and dine and drink. So they also have Salt, Beer Styles Tap Room and Gastropub / Salt, which is right next to their location there in West Glen, and that is more for events. And then Beer Styles is also more beer focused. Wine Styles more wine focused, but they do tastings. They're just a great company
and a supportive company.
Great in the community. So if you have a need for some wine, which I bet you do, pop on by Wine Styles.
That's awesome.
Felt real commercially there.
Yeah, I know, but this is
Back
good.
To you, Brian.
This is what we've always dreamed of.
Yeah,
we've been waiting.
I don't know.
For a while, we sponsored our own podcast. We made our own commercials, and now we've got
yourself.
No, I know. Please don't play those. Okay. So we're gonna head right into our next segment, which is something that Laura and I came up with as kind of funny.
Yeah, I get to know you.
I get to know you.
Us. Icebreaker via photos. But first, we should say what you should expect from tonight, right?
Yeah, go through it.
Yeah, so we're going to have two guests. Rachel Corpus. I'm kind of nervous, so just bear with me here. Rachel Corpus, she's a angel communicator and psychic medium, and we're going to Zoom her in here at 9:30, and we have questions in the queue that I might cry about.
Yes.
You are more business aligned with
a
the
little
questions,
bit, yeah.
But I want to ask.
We've been read before, so we have a little bit of experience with Rachel, and we just feel comfortable, and we know her, and we feel like she does an amazing job and is very insightful. And so we thought, what better? We wanted to keep the show fun and light.
Yeah,
and I think,
fun.
And we talked to Rachel about it, and she agrees. So she'll do a reading, and then you'll get to know how you can get a hold of Rachel if you'd like to have a reading or a group reading. Or
Zoom reading right now, obviously, and then she'll have some availability in June, I think, for person-to-person, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then we have Hannah Tai, which happens to be this gal's cousin. She's
Hannah.
a comedian from Des Moines, and she
Coming
now
at
lives
ya.
in Arizona, and she is a hoot. So she'll be up at towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep it light.
Yeah. So sometimes inappropriate. I think,
Very,
we'll try to
usually.
veer away from F but we're going to probably
Mom.
say S and all the D's and H's. Okay.
What are the H's?
Hell.
Oh,
it's allowed.
I didn't know that was a cuss.
Okay.
Okay,
so
we're going to start with me. You guys, I hope you like this. If you do, give us a like, a love, a share, a comment, or whatever. But we're going to start with getting to know me through picture. Now
I'll be second. Laura's going first. If it
This
flops.
is so embarrassing. This sounded a lot better when I was by myself at my computer.
Yeah, no, I think it's great.
Okay.
People are going to like it.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, so my name is Laura Biggins. I'm married with 2 kids and a tramp stamp. Here I am in Cedar Falls, just as an 18-year-old girl getting some Chinese lettering for strength, family, and friendship. Yep, I was a white girl in college in 1999. Oh, wow, I've always been interested in the creative arts and designing, as you can see here. Here's a photo of me with with a t-shirt I designed for our intramural volleyball team in high school, the Naturals. I've always thought outside the box, as you can see here, putting the alcohol content of Natural Light and What's My Name on the can. That's high-level design. After high school, I attended UNI, where I majored in trying to cover every inch of my body in bootleg spandex pants from Express and women's turtlenecks from Yonkers. Here's a photo of me when I took my fashions to Colorado on spring break. I guess my friend I went with had a different idea of coverage. I've always been super into fashion, as you can gather from my designer Seascape tankini from Sears while vacationing in Mazatlan with my sorority. After college, I took my talents to NYC for a real career in fashion, where I think people really took me seriously. All right, and then from there, I moved to Dallas, and then I started by invitation only, a wedding and event stationery company in 2009, and rode the Etsy wave, which is another topic we should talk about at some point.
Yes, for sure.
And then I bought the vinyl studio 2 years ago as a struggling business, and now here we are.
Here we are.
That's me, an impressive story. I'm sure my mom is proud.
Yes.
And then let's move
In a nutshell.
Let's move it to my homegirl. Here's Maya.
Oh, jeez. There I am. I took this task on a little bit differently.
First responder here?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought I'd shout out. I think I took this a little bit differently than Laura. I started as a youngster, and we'll go through the ages here. So I'm holding a book bag there. That is my, I think, second grade. Bangs my mom cut that circle the back of my ears. For anyone who's wondered how long I've had bangs.
I think they're functional.
There's your answer, definitely. Wearing a very on-trend all-white jumpsuit with matching white coat. I was looking very late 80s edgy. Headed to my first day of first or second grade with so much bang.
Oh, this is Bo.
It doesn't look like, yeah. So, second photo is 5 letters, NKOTB.
Hell yes.
Yes. My best friend Kristen in her sailor outfit, both donning bubble necklaces. We stayed in Iowa City at a hotel, and it was our first concert. Polka dot spandex from the 579. which if anybody, do you remember?
That's high class.
Yeah. Well, it was like once I was in 6th grade, but I could wear grown up lady.
I think you're
Well,
on
and it had a
brand.
cutout, I think, in the back. But anyway, I've never been a flat person. See the way my feet and ankles kind of roll into the front there, or in the middle. So we went to the NKOTB. That was our first concert. It was
Same.
the best. We had a great time. So that's a good memory, but also hilarious that I'm wearing skin tight clothing to the concert. So this one is 14. I think I was 14. It was my birthday. I was wearing an oversized Gap polo, gold herringbone chain. I'd do anything to have that chain
have
back
mine.
right now. You do?
Yeah, but they're all
Mine
kinked.
was kinked, yeah. You can get them unkinked. I'm showing this mostly just to simply prove that my 13-year-old and I have the same fashion sense, which I think she
do.
agreed. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Number 4. Just angsty AF.
Just pissed.
Just
Like,
period.
that camera.
Just, like, who's taking that photo? Whoever it is, I'm mad. And again, I think my mom might have cut my bangs. Oh, yes, everyone. Rachel, I hope you're watching. I could only hope that you're
You've always
seeing
loved
this.
flowers.
What? I've always loved flowers. So I made Rachel. This is my dear friend Rachel Miller Hoffman, and she was one of my first friends to get married. I'd been around flowers a long time. I made her flowers while donning that John and Kate plus 8 do. Everybody had to mess up the back at some
How
point.
old were you here?
22.
Okay.
21, 22. But I'd been working. I had a job, and look at how responsible I look right there.
Hands behind the back, please. Stand still.
Yeah, I might as well had a briefcase with all my floral things in it. Understated earring with overstated beaded floral necklace. Proof I've been making flowers for a long time with my friend. Yeah, one of my dearest friends.
Has she asked for a gift card in return?
That poor bouquet, Rachel. Let me make you another one on your anniversary.
I think it's owed.
I think it's due time. Well, this is my super favorite. I almost just hope Eric's not. I mean, like, this is so desexualized.
So you were headed to
with me.
NASCAR?
I was headed to Daytona Beach. No, this was my friend's. My friend took the photo, so she's not in it. And this is a group when I was this age, which is probably similar to the wedding shot before. And we were heading to Key West, and I'd never traveled with friends. I didn't really have a college experience like many people.
So
And
you didn't have a seascape tankini?
definitely not. No, I just went ahead for a string bikini with Oakleys that were 4 sizes too small for my face.
I didn't have a bad for a string, otherwise I would have been right there with you.
Neither did I. I mean, I was just wearing it. I don't know if you see the sunburn there, but I definitely will have problems in the future.
I want to know
because
what's on the lower half. Are we in mesh shorts?
It's
like
definitely-
basketball shorts?
no, those are.
Or you're probably hot ass.
Those are denim. There's nothing. No, this was a time. Yeah.
This was kind of like Tommy Hilfiger overalls and big pants on the bottom.
No, not quite. This was like 2000. Well, I'll tell you right here. This was 2001. This was post 9/11. And this is the trip that my friend on the left there, she shall rename,
I think the statute of limitations is over.
Is it okay? Because she would be upset because I'll tell you what she did. We went to Key West all together, and we all took the same flights. And this is post 9/11, so things really changed. And sorry, I've been out of the mic, and I keep getting. We gotta speak in the mic.
Get you in the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So this is post 9/11, like real quick, right after 9/11. That friend there on the left smuggled just some pot rolled up with what looked like to me sort of a pipe bomb.
A pipe bomb?
Well, once she rolled it up, taped it, put some fabric softener around it, she rolled that up under her boob and then went through the airport with that. And I made sure to keep 12 feet of distance from her.
Where did she keep it now?
Just right under here, right under the breast.
Was her titty sweat?
No, because it was protected by duct tape and many baggies.
Oh.
It was a wrapped up. That's why I'm getting the. Anyway, no one really cares except
Oh,
for
we
it
all
scared
care. I
just the
want
ever living
this story.
shit out of me. Yeah.
Oh,
but then
yeah,
she
that's
was
a
of course
scary
the
moment.
hero in Key West because then we were
carrying.
good. Yeah, we were carrying. So Thank God. And it was the most fun. But I do sorely regret that boy haircut and lack of clothing.
You know what,
and tiny
though?
sunglasses.
I bet your personality made up for it. I bet you were shining.
Oh,
at
I
that
think I
moment.
was shining because it was a lot of conch fritters and, we camped.
I love conch
We
fritters.
also camped. I'd like to mention that we camped.
You look.
And I remember Tara
on
waking
brand
up.
for you right
wait,
then.
definitely.
Yes.
Because it's what we could afford.
Yeah.
And Tara woke up with a terrible sunburn from the tent window.
I'm like doing the smoker laugh all the time. Stop
I know
making
it's
me
just
laugh.
me. It's just making you do that. Yeah.
Jeepers.
So-
oh well, that's not gonna work.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Now I feel cleansed. I feel a little less embarrassed.
Yeah,
People
I feel
know what
like
I look
I'm back
like.
to myself.
Yeah. So,
I think. So okay. Anyway,
are we taking a break for our sponsor?
well, I don't know because I have to play the audio for Wine Styles on my computer.
Okay.
So we'll just play it, I guess, and smile at you while you listen.
Sounds good.
But here's a word from our sponsor, who we are very appreciative for, Wine Styles
Wine
again.
Styles.
Yeah, love you, mean it. Oh,
Being a small business owner in the midst of this pandemic is stressful, exhausting, challenging, and rewarding all at the same time. It has forced us to get creative and change the way we do business. At Wine Styles and Beer Styles, we are thankful for the support we have been receiving from the Des Moines community. We take each day at a time and we count our blessings that we can still feed people and find great wines and beers for folks to enjoy at home. Keep supporting small businesses. We all need it to survive. You can find Beer Styles in the 3 Des Moines Metro Wine Styles locations at beerstyles.com and winestyles.com. Thanks, Des Moines.
thanks, Andrea. We really appreciate your sponsorship. And like we said earlier, please go out and support those folks. They do a real good job, and they're supportive of both of our businesses, and we appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Weinstein.
So a little bit before 9:30. So we have Rachel to zoom in at 9:30. I feel very like this is my Sonia Heights Susan moment. Just gonna put my cue card down.
Yep.
Wait for David Letterman's people to call me. No.
No, he's
Nuts.
retired, so
Well, he's got people
where
that
that's
are interested
going.
in my talent.
definitely for sure.
Okay, so you speak a little bit while I get these zooms up.
Definitely. So Rachel's going to come on and Zoom. And just so you guys know, we didn't get a chance to test because, as many of you know, we were a few minutes late. So we didn't get a chance to test the Zoom. But Laura's a whiz, and I know she's going to make it work.
I don't know about that.
I think it's going to go well.
Okay, so she's here. Oh, there she is.
Oh, great.
Okay,
Maybe
so
this is going to go better than
first,
we anticipated.
we have been shitting our pants for probably 2 hours
I
prior.
think so. Yeah. Just a lot of
A lot
nerves.
of red leather, yellow leather.
Into
Are
the
people even
nose.
watching this? I don't know.
I hope so.
Me too.
I know.
Okay, you keep talking.
Yes, you go ahead and get that figured out. And I'm getting text messages coming in about the small Oakley glasses. Thank goodness. I'm glad someone I think is funny thinks it's funny,
Who?
which is my friend Katie thinks that the glasses in the string bikini were something.
They're a hit?
Yeah, they're a hit.
Well, I hope she tunes in again.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
You're really giving us a little bit of confidence here.
Okay, put in waiting room, allow record.
Yep.
Well, there's that.
See, when you do a podcast that's recorded, you can edit these kinds of things
Oh,
out.
start
but-
video. That's probably why.
Okay.
Okay.
So Rachel's going to come on, and we're going to have some questions for Rachel. So Laura's first, though. Do you want to do first? Or
You
do
can
want
do
me to-
first.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do
Mine's a
yours
little bit
last.
more heavy,
Yeah,
I
sure.
think. Maybe need another glass of champagne. I can't get this up. It's like it won't record her. Oh, unmute all. Okay. Ask to start video. Is connecting to audio. There she is.
Hey.
Hi.
Rachel, you're so
Okay.
beautiful.
Aw, thanks. You too. Well, that made my armpits sweat.
Oh,
Oh.
I am sweating, sis. It's a sweat sesh.
Okay, good.
Okay.
She's there. I'm excited. Rachel, welcome to the K-By Podcast Live at DSM TV.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got that's right. Oh,
Sorry.
wow. Oh,
Shit.
she's here.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, there you are. Okay, that's better.
Hi.
Now I just look like an asshole with these headphones on. Okay. Here we are. Okay, so you introduced her.
Yes, Rachel
Okay.
Corpus is here with us, and she is an angel communicator and psychic medium. And
Hi, everybody.
She's here. And we did a group reading with Rachel, and it was pretty amazing. And I don't want to get too weird here, but for me, so in the room, everyone had lost someone pretty dear to them and special to them, and I really haven't. And so Rachel gave me a lot of insight about my past lives and read my cards and gave me some insight about business and why I'm such a weirdo. It made me feel so much better. It gave me a little bit of validation about why I care so much about my clients and why I spend so much time advising my clients, who I adore, but I don't know if it's good for business all the time to spend the time that I do sort of with all my feelings and my clients, right? Like keep the business, keep the clients. So you really gave me a lot of insight there, and Laura felt that way. Laura lost her dad recently, and so that was heavy. That was well, we were all bawling. Like our girlfriends were all sitting in a room just bawling, just letting it out. And all the readings were very accurate, and we felt all sort of kind of lighter when it was done. And then actually I rested on that sort of feeling for a long time, and so then I bought my deck.
Oh yeah,
I bought my deck because she told me to.
I love that. Good.
She told me to.
An angel deck.
Yeah, I got an angel deck. So she told me that I should be reading cards, and the angel deck. Yeah. This one has always been. Every time I pull a card, it's always smack dab.
Yeah.
And it's for me or for like someone next to me, like Eric or my husband or whatever. But I don't know if I could read everybody's or not, but definitely mine are always insightful. So.
And I bet you could read everybody's. I mean, we all have the ability to do what I do. I mean, you're really gifted with it. I practice it all the time, but I really believe that as much as I love to help people connect to spirit, whether that's angels or dead people, we all have the ability to do that. So it just takes time, like anything, to develop it.
Yeah. And we should also probably mention that you kind of won't remember this reading going forward. So if I were to you remember that time, it's usually a no,
give some
right?
insight there, Rachel.
Yeah, you go ahead and give your spiel.
My memory stinks anyway. I kind of blame kids. As soon as I became a mom, I remember like 10% of my life. But after I channel, because once I start channeling, so that's when I'm receiving messages for the person I'm reading for, I click into that information mode and I click myself out so that the messages I'm giving the person don't have to do with my past. My opinion's not in there. I'm not projecting my day onto them. And when I do that effectively, I don't remember anything that I said at the end of the session or at the end of the conversation, which can be a little bit tricky because sometimes in sessions, something really big will happen and we feel like we've been friends for years and years, and then it's done and I have no recollection of what happened. So it's really strange. So I always really appreciate when people say, hey, we met here and this is what you said. And I always appreciate that because it's just a weird thing. I don't know what other line of business you would go so deep with people's souls and then have no memory of that happening.
It's just part of the deal, it seems like.
Sure.
Yeah.
It probably keeps me safe, actually. It probably is.
It's like a defense
mechanism. A little bit, so I'm not carrying everything, I would imagine.
Yeah. That's great. I love your attitude about it. I just felt like Rachel was really authentic, and our girlfriends, who are all really smart, amazing women, all felt very comfortable. And you'll do group readings for people, and maybe we can get into that post question. But so what we're going to do is, we thought the best way to sort of show the way that Rachel works is just by asking our own questions that are personal to us. So that's what we're going to do. So we have a couple for you.
Good.
So
I love it.
Okay, I'll go first. So mine are more business oriented because I don't know. I feel like
because you're dead inside.
Well, this is true. I am dead.
You are complete.
No, I would say
that.
no. I mean,
true.
No, I just I feel like the only thing that keeps me up at night, because I have a comfortable home, and I have an amazing husband, and wonderful, beautiful kids. And when we go home, it's very much like sanctuary. And so that's easy. It's the stuff that keeps me from my family or, and I actually pulled a card about this last night because I've been thinking so much about it, but my business is on Ingersoll and we have a tiny place. But the business does well because, we have a niche. I think people really like the customization of what we do. And I think Des Moines' been looking for that. So I'm proud of that, proud of my staff. But I'm looking to expand in a way. I've bit off quite a bit and I'm chewing on it. And it's like, oh my God, I don't know if I can, and my family chews on it. We chew on it and it's heavy. It is. I mean, I find myself, but there's such a love for what I have and I have something to offer. But I wonder if expanding is, or if we just
Here's what I get.
Okay.
So I pulled 3 cards, and the deck that I'm using is a Law of Attraction card. This is the deck. It's Little Reminders by Amy Zerner and Monty Faber. I don't know who those people are, but it's a really good deck. And I tend to pull this deck when there's any questions about financial stuff, future, any blocks that, you want to do something, but you feel like it's not the right time, or what I'm getting immediately from your angels without talking with the cards is that you're ready to do this. Everybody's on board with you. It's time to stop talking about it. And also to pay attention to where's that fear coming from, because I don't actually see that the fear has anything to do with the logistics of your business. It has to do with things that are on you or in you, maybe from childhood, maybe from other endeavors, maybe from seeing friends try something and it didn't go the way they wanted. There's some things that I think you're adopting as your own that you don't have to keep anymore. And you might just pay attention when you have that fear or reservation, when you have those things come up, just to ask the question, okay, where's that coming from? Because I don't always think it's you. I mean, when you go back to what you said a few minutes ago about how you invest emotionally in your clients, I don't think you should ever change that. I mean, that's always going to work for you. That technically speaking, what you're doing in that moment is you're accepting the energy of them and you're accepting it into your heart. So you are using that as a source of information. It's energy. So you can imagine, remember Pigpen from Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
Like the cloud around him. Imagine that was positive and it was energy. We all have that energy around us. So you're essentially saying, hey, give me some of that. Let me carry it for you. With that said, you're going to carry energy of other people's that's not always positive. You might have their financial stuff. You might have their divorce energy. You might have their stomach ache. So this is good for everybody listening because we can all make this a healthy practice. Just like hopefully you're showering and cleaning your body so you don't stink. You also have to do this spiritually with, white sage or lighting a white candle or something. If you use something that smokes or you use water, maybe you wash your hands or you go for a swim or you soak in the tub, that's actually going to get off energy that's not yours. So technically speaking, do that first. As you are really planning this, get the energy off of you that's not yours anymore. It will help. I pulled 3 cards. I'm going to bust through them. The first one's the non-attachment card. So they're saying, go for this. Like it's your job. It's your purpose. And when you feel those little attachments holding on to you, just kind of in love, say, go away. I don't need you. Talk to it like a toddler. No, go away. You're bugging me. Go for this with no attachment. You are ready. Okay. The next one is courage. Have courage. I mean, that's what your angels are saying. And you can if you don't have any, take it from them. Ambition. They're saying that when you get the ambition card, first of all, it's a validation that your ambition is in the right place. It's not ego-based. You're not doing it to become rich and famous. Hey, look at me. It means that your ambition is lined up with your soul purpose. So what you're doing and what you're growing is in direct line up with how you're supposed to serve the universe. That looks good. When you do that, babe, you're going to be met with abundance.
Yeah.
You won't have to worry about paying employees. You're going to have everything that you need because you've said to the universe, I love who I am. I want to do what I'm supposed to do. And the universe says, okay, baby, let's go. So your ambition has really carved this out. I'm excited. Let's do it tomorrow. I mean, you're ready.
Okay.
You are ready.
Yeah, you got some cash.
Now, I want this to be specific. So I want it to be specific. I don't want your reading to be something that could be for anybody. So ask me more. You can ask me anything that you want.
Well, it's in the sense of property. So more space and more room to grow. And whether
Are you still going to stay in on the Ingersoll?
Yeah.
Like in that area? That's good, because what I know about the soil, if you go way back in time before Ingersoll was Ingersoll and you look at the soil, the energy imprints on Ingersoll, it's pretty good. It's good to grow businesses there. If you look at most businesses, they've been there a long time, or you think, how have they been there a long time? Like, what's that old shop still doing there? It's a lot of it has to do with the soil. It's a good place to grow something. And essentially, spiritually speaking, it's fertile ground. So that's where you should grow stuff, plant the seed. That's where you nurture it. I do see this growing. I don't know why they're giving me this, but they're giving me the number 3. And when I ask more, they're saying, whatever you put into it, expect it to be expanded by 3. So that's how your angels are getting a little mathy with you, I guess. Expand it by 3. It's going to be returned to you threefold. You're going to have people working under you. Do you know that?
Well, working under me.
Yeah. You're going to be their mentor, supervisor, sign their check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have people.
That's growing.
But then, there's
good.
room.
That's the part that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's what
'cause you're
gives you
doing
the
too
relief.
much.
Yeah, right.
You're doing too much, they say.
My staff knows that. Everybody knows
But
that. So.
a conversation we have often is whether she should hire another person on for the planning part.
Because of
we
the
just talked about
insanity
this last
wheel.
weekend.
Yeah.
And
think about your life when you want to retire. I don't think you're going to be somebody who retires when they're old and your boobs are at your knees. I don't think so. I think you're going to retire.
They are
when
ready.
you're like, me
They
too,
got
but
some.
I bring a bra today. This is a bra day for you guys.
Oh yeah. Me too.
But you're going to be delegating and handing off essential duties and your passions to people so that you can manage from your house, you can manage from the beach, and people are going to take this over. You got to start that work now so that you can step out. I don't see you having the typical, I'm 65, I'm going to retire. I've created this abundance. I can gift this to somebody else and reap the rewards. So now's the time to actually plan that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, girl, I'm listening.
Good.
I am listening.
should we? Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think we go right into.
Or do you want to do that, or do you want to, Rachel? Do you prefer we stay on the business course questions and then we'll go?
Doesn't matter. You go wherever you want. I know your dad wants to talk to you.
I know. Let's just do Dad.
Okay.
I think we need to because it might be a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Is that? Can I just go?
Mm-hmm. Go.
So I just need to. I've met your dad before. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm going to do a little validating with you. So when I pull somebody forward, they show me things that you can say, yeah, that's my dad for sure, or I don't know. So we know that I'm talking to the right person. First of all, he wants me to see how thick his hair is because it wasn't when he was alive. It's like he makes a little squeaky sound.
No.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, he's showing me boots, which tells me he had something to do with farming or agriculture or something like that. So, he shows me that. I want to say, I don't know what this is, except maybe he was not a Hawkeye fan. I don't know what he's showing me. He's showing me Ames. So those are his 3 main validators. When you said earlier that he loves your husband, he calls your husband son. If I were to just meet your husband and pull your dad in, I might not even know that they were father and son-in-law. I mean, he calls him his son. There's another woman there too. So I don't think it's his mother. It might be your dad's, maybe mother-in-law. And I think there's another lady there that's with your, I hope that's right.
It must be.
There's
My
another
mom's
lady
mom,
there.
My grandma
Okay.
was my best friend growing up.
Those two, your dad and your mom's mom, I mean, I can tell they love each other, but they bicker. They really they give it to each other, and then they'll just kind of laugh, and then there's just kind of, your dad doesn't, I don't hear your dad swearing, but he'll do something like inside he's like F you, but he's not going to say that. And then they're fine. Then they're totally fine after that.
This was their banter they'd always joke about
Back and forth.
Yes, how much rain they got, and my grandma would go, shit.
Yeah.
That is like so on the money. It's not even funny.
Are you
Yes.
okay? I know
Oh
that's
yes,
a lot.
no, this is making my day. This is
Okay,
amazing, and this is what yeah.
So I have not
worried
pulled
about
your dad through from some faraway place. I've pulled him through and he's right by you. I mean, he's always with you. And that's something that I wish everybody knew, that when we die, when we lose people, the essence of us, the thinking, loving part lives on. We don't need this body anymore, but we are always going to be present for our loved ones right here with them. So there's not anything about your life or your family's life that your dad misses. It's the simple stuff. Sometimes it's like making mac and cheese. Sometimes it's a birthday party, but he's there for all of that. Also, some interesting, because some of the information I just channeled about your business stuff came from your dad. So as you two talk about this, he's good at this. He
was
good
my
at
mentor. Like he did this with my husband and I. He was a business owner in
he
agriculture.
knows. Yeah, he's got 5 different answers. He's actually showing me a ribbon cutting ceremony. So I think when you grow, I don't know what that is. It could be a symbol for something new is coming. I don't know, but I know when that moment happens where you say, we did it, your dad's going to be there.
It's like all I ever wanted to hear.
He loves you so much. He loves you so much. He says, okay, he's going to get kind of poetic right now. He says, you are his heartbeat. You are his existence. You're his everything.
Ugly crying on my own back. Thank you for saying that. He's yeah.
He's
been worried
wonderful.
about him. Yeah,
He was just a light in my life, my husband's life, my kids, my mom, my sister. So
He's the dad that we pray every child has. You know, he's the perfect dad. And then he kind of says, I was not perfect.
I'm sure he wasn't in some ways, but in every way to me he was.
He's human. He's not my dad, but I feel a wash of love when I sit by him. And I'm a stranger to him.
Oh, I'm sure he loves you already.
He's giving that to me and he's poking fun at me. And
I'm so glad about that, because my question was, he died about 3 years ago in May.
okay.
And since his passing, so he died from brain cancer, and so from diagnosis, I think it was maybe it was under a week when he had the tumor removed.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah, and he was never the same, and he wasn't himself, and he was just batshit crazy, to put it. I mean, he gave.
Yeah.
It was tough to see him like that.
So there's some angel work involved with this, because some of the brain cancer would have been painful. It would have really hurt him. And he did have some headaches. I feel the pressure actually. And I feel my vision changing when he lets me feel that for a minute. Everybody has guardian angels. Doesn't matter if you identify as spiritual or religious or not, doesn't matter. Every soul, including animals, have a guardian angel, and they're with us all the time. When it comes to something like your dad's cancer diagnosis and how that cancer was growing in his brain, our angels go to work and they do things like numb the signals. For your dad, they numbed the signals of pain, pressure, and panic. So what you saw from your dad was, that's my dad is changing. That doesn't seem like my dad. What was happening with your dad was, it looks like he was kind of going crazy, because his angels were so busy saying, not that signal, change that signal, so that his memory of his last days, it might have felt like time was stretchy and weird, but he doesn't have memories of being in pain. What he does have memories of is that look in somebody's eye when they are listening to him and he can tell something's off. He has that memory, but he says that's the worst of it. He doesn't feel any pain. He was able to tell people how he felt. So I don't know. That's just what he said. He was able to tell people how he felt, and he might be talking about before the diagnosis as well, as if there was nothing left unsaid. I don't see any relationship your dad had where he had to have like a deathbed conversation to make amends. I don't see that. In fact, he says that it was hard for people to get to him because so many people had things to say to him. But I'm not sure everybody knew about his brain cancer till after he passed, because he shows me the light switch, which tells me this was a really quick passing.
Yeah, he was sick for 8 months, and it was we didn't announce it or anything like that, because he was seizing all the time, and he just wasn't himself, obviously. He couldn't talk. Yeah. The words weren't coming out. I do have a question about my mom.
Okay.
Since she's a widow, I just want to make sure he's looking out for her.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get specific so you can tell your mom this. Your mom sleeps on her side, I'd say about half the night. And that's when he kind of spoons her. He puts one arm over. Now let's think for a second about what happens after we die. We're made of electricity and energy. We're not in a body anymore. But when we come through for our loved ones, sometimes we can get back into that form in some way. So we can still touch somebody's hair. We might hear footsteps or something. Your dad does that for your mom so that I don't know how great her sleep is right now, but I wonder if she knows that he's in the room. She might feel a little bit of pressure, maybe on her thigh or her waist or something, but he does cuddle right up to her. Sometimes when your dad walks in the room, I can smell him. He smells good. It's not cologne. It's like dad. He smells like dad. And she might smell him. I'm not really sure. He will move things sometimes that will kind of redirect her thinking or help her just think, oh, that was weird. That's your dad. And it could be moving scissors from, the desk to the table or something. Your mom will reach for something and it's not there. That's your dad. Sometimes it's because it's funny to your dad to move things. And your mom will say, what's wrong with me? I can't remember where I put anything. Sometimes that's your dad. There's a concern there, of course, about her emotional health and her loneliness. Your dad says that she's not meant to be alone. They were meant to be together for a really long time. So she's grieving the loss of his life and grieving the loss of the future they carved out together. Your dad is, from what I can see, I believe your dad is your mom's soulmate. We have 5 to 10 soulmates that we incarnate with in every lifetime. I think your mom and dad are connected in that way. So your mom is going to be grieving in a pretty dense and hard way for a long time because she's lost her soulmate. Why is he showing me the kitchen? Was there something done with the kitchen? Is this where
we always are in the kitchen every time we're at her house?
If that's the gathering place, I
Always.
think he's giving me an example of tell her I'm there at those moments. And as you speak to her, as you lift her up, sometimes it's your dad's words coming through you. He'll say it in your ear. Your body will process that like your own thoughts and it comes out your mouth. That's how spirit works through us. You might ask your mom about her stomach. I think she's got some stomach issues going on.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like it's 911, doesn't even feel like it's diagnosable, but I think that I think she holds her stress in her belly. So you might ask her how she's feeling. Your dad puts his hand on her stomach.
Okay.
So ask her about that.
Okay.
We feel our grief. We feel our emotions in our body to some degree. And I wonder if maybe that's what he's showing me.
Okay.
This weird coronavirus time is hitting your mom hard because grieving already creates this weird time limbo, elastic. You don't even know what day it is when you're really grieving. And then on top of that, we're in this weird kind of stretchy limbo time as well. So you might help your mom figure out what her day can be like. She might need a little help with that. I kind of see the relationship with mom and you have siblings too. You have a sister.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you might realize that you're stepping in kind of as caretaker or mentor for your mom in this facet of her life.
Okay.
According to your dad, which is kind of hard, but you can do it.
Well, she's stubborn, so she's not going to listen to me, but I'll try.
She's probably going to listen to you on her own time.
Yeah.
You're probably going to say something. She might brush it off or say, I'm okay, and dismiss it. But your dad says when she's falling asleep, when she's watching a movie she's seen a bunch of times and she has a chance to kind of zone out, she does process what you said because she does love you a lot. And she's starting to see you as someone who's very successful. She's starting to see you as someone who has their life together, which you've been that way for a long time. But for a long time, she seemed to see you as daughter, which makes sense. And now I think she's able to see you as someone who's more of a sage or someone who's giving wisdom. So know that your dad notices that and he's saying that should empower you to speak boldly to your mother with love, and know that it really doesn't matter what her face does, doesn't matter what she says, she's going to think about it later. Okay. He's funny because first he kissed her on the cheek and he says, "But if you weren't here, Rachel, that's not what I would do." I think he like smacked her on the butt or something. I'm not really... So,
did you have a dream about him last night?
Yeah, I did.
But you hadn't had one.
No, I hadn't but you know how like when you start talking about things, and we had talked about the premise of this podcast or live taping or whatever, and I was like, I just don't dream about him. I don't feel his presence. And that's was bothering me. And I'm like, is he okay? Is he still sick? And, and that was my worry.
He left his illness with his body. Okay. He's got enough memory of it so that he can talk to his family, your family on the other side. We undergo some really gentle therapy in the afterlife. So whatever we dealt with now gets handled in a beautiful, easy way. So your dad's going through his life still and dealing with that stuff, but he doesn't feel the cancer in real time.
Okay.
He is aware of when you think of him. He hears when you talk to him. He knows that you're so busy that you might miss some of his signals. So he uses the cardinal as something that's, okay, she's going to see this. It's a red bird. Everything else is gray or brown. I'm going to put a red bird there. So he told me earlier today, tell her about the cardinal.
I just saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
That's your dad. So our loved ones don't go inside the cardinal. Their soul doesn't become the cardinal.
Right.
What happens is they let that cardinal feel safe enough to stay there till you notice. So they surround the cardinal in kind of warm light. And then your dad will say in your ear, look at that cardinal till you see it. And then you feel that, okay, my dad sent that. That's usually how it works.
Totally.
As far as the dreams are concerned, your dad, the timing is important. He came into your dreams at a time that you were probably in theta brainwave. You weren't yet in REM or deep sleep. So you remember those dreams. He comes to your dreams, I would guess from what he's showing me, every single night, but he's coming into your part of your sleep that's your deep sleep. And we don't typically remember those dreams. Every single night, all of us have what the angels call a family meeting. We sit around a table with some significant family members who we've lost, our angels, and they ask how we're doing. They ask us, how can we help? We don't remember that, but they infuse us with information that's going to come out or blossom in the weeks ahead. So when we need it, that's when it comes to us. So your dad is coming into your sleep time, but last night he came in earlier so that you would see him. Kind of rule of thumb, I want you to know that if you ever think of a loved one, if they come into your dream and then something traumatic happens, like they don't look right, or they can't speak, or you can't catch them and they're running, that's not your loved one. Your loved one will always show up looking great, often younger than they were when they passed, smiling, just to let you know that they're there. When something traumatic starts to happen in the dream, that's your stress. Okay. That's the ego thinking part of your brain that's making that dream something different. So sometimes people will say, is my dad okay? Because I had this dream and it was really traumatic. That's our stress. Spirit will come through just, looking good, feeling peaceful. And then if our dreams start to go a direction that's kind of stressful, they'll pop back out. Also notice when you wake up and this is kind of hard to articulate, but when you wake up and you're missing your dad or you feel the essence of your dad, that means he's been in your dream, but maybe he was standing by you and you didn't see him in front of you, but he was with you. So there are times that I think he's right there. And your other family members as well. You might ask your husband, when's the last time that your dad was in one of his dreams? Because that's when your dad gets to hang out with your husband in real time. They can sit there and talk about stuff. But I see him pretty active in that way. And It's totally fine that you don't remember those. Just know that they are happening.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. Good.
Do you want to ask about
the duo one? Yeah. I feel like I got the answer, but Laura and I would like to do something special together, business-wise, and you kind of touched on it, and you said a ribbon cutting. Outside of our industries, a little bit different, kind of branching out, but going into business together. And so, and we talk about it a lot, but it's we have a lot going on. Again, like it's hard to stretch even further. But I feel like with Laura, we have such different skill sets that I feel like it blends. And we already business partnered together just with separate businesses. But that's the question, do we take on something? Again, it wouldn't be us managing, but it would be a business that we would own together.
Right. So I pulled the empowerment card. They're saying that this endeavor that you're growing would be you planting the seed and starting it, but you would empower others to take over. Is that right?
Say that again.
You would start it, but essentially other people would take the lead.
Correct.
You would be kind of the mentors.
As
long as you can stay true to that. So you're not over managing, you're not rescuing, as long as you are okay with the people that you are bringing up in this. So I see a lot of people seriously. And you might even take the word failure out of your vocabulary and change that to learning experiences just in your heart, because what might be hard is seeing them fail and knowing that it's part of the process. Yeah. But I'm seeing that some of that will be part of it. And it's when that happens, it's not a sign that you've made the wrong choice or anything like that. It's everything clicking along the way it's supposed to, but it looks really good. Timing's key though. I see you doing some planning now, but I see this happening when there's snow on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, we're down the road. This current climate has given us like some step back and,
it's nice.
It is nice because now we have a little bit more time to kind of put pen to paper and think about it that way. But definitely, it's on the list, the short list. And I feel like everything we've set out to do, we do separately and together. But the easiest thing is the podcast that we do, even though I think we have 29 whole subscribers, a couple being in like Korea. Yeah, we would like it to, and we'd like it to be, I mean, it's the most fun part of what we do collaboratively. And, Laura's the driving ship. I think if Laura wasn't pushing for it and making sure we did it for whatever reason, probably because she's let the reins go at her business a little bit better maybe than I have.
Wow, that's great.
And so she like drives that ship, but we do that. We do the podcast and we're proud of it and we love it and we think we've got something to offer. So we just wonder if it can become more than what it is, which is just us,
hobby.
Farting around over here at the sound studio. Is it like,
is there a future of something more with this?
They're saying that, and when I say they, right now I'm talking to your sets of angels. Yeah. So they want you to be open to who they're sending to you. They're going to send you some people that might not be on air with you, but they know people. They're broadening your network. So they're helping you work smarter. So be open to that. Oh, yeah. And when I say be open to it, really be open to it. So after this, before you go your separate ways tonight, I would actually look at each other and say something like, we're open to whatever Spirit's going to send us. Be really clear about it. Yeah. Do it, because there's so much happening with this that you can't see, which is where faith comes in. So, we work in partnership with Spirit. We do our job to work really hard. And there's so much that Spirit is always doing, whether that's our family that's crossed over or our angels, or if you believe in a higher power, whether that's source, God, universe. There's so much happening on our behalf that we don't see. And just having faith in that and saying, yes, I accept that help, amplifies it in a beautiful way. I can see that as far as what you're going to be doing and your sole purpose, you're not in a hurry. I know that there's energy behind this and you could do it soon, but as far as how you're going to be helping people, your angels are saying that there's a scope here, and you don't need to feel rushed to do this in a month or even next year. The only timeline they gave me is right now is your time to kind of do some planning, and along with that planning, take a break and do a body check. After you get a whole bunch of details on paper, how does it feel? Do you feel light and excited? Do you feel gross in your stomach? Pay attention, because that will instruct you on, okay, am I doing too much? Is this a little bit off? Do we need to redo it? And then they gave me that snow on the ground message as well. And it feels like January to me. So that's a beautiful time to grow things because you have that another pocket of time. Know that we are evolving as a people through this pandemic. There's so much good happening. We will go back to a new normal, and we're shedding away a bunch of stuff that we thought we needed, or processes or thoughts or ways we treated people that were really working for us, but they weren't. We're not going to go back to using those same things. So there's room for people like you to come in and do something beautiful and empowering and loving and strong, because people are going to be craving it. So do the work now, because you're going to be tapping into that market right when people need it.
Yeah.
Because this is something. This is a service industry to people. I mean, this is
Yeah.
or not a service industry, but it's our idea is
sharing.
to help. And along those same lines, Rachel. So with one of my, I have two businesses, and one of them is wedding and event stationery, which we don't know the future of that. Events could go, usually my average order is 150 invitations, which going forward for the next year or so, that's all going to probably
22.
Yeah. So with that pivoting in mind, we have become good at social media through just my staff and myself. And we've been toying around with, legitimately offering that as a service under our umbrella. Is that something we should proceed with?
Say that to me differently. Legitimately offering what?
Social
as
media
part of your
management
service?
to people in our community.
Yes, I think so, because let me just listen for a quick second. People will want to connect, but they don't know how.
Okay.
So they need people to fill that gap. You will be a gap filler. You will be a teacher. So be ready for that.
Okay.
And also keep stretching yourself. Ask the question, what is not yet invented that I need to know? You're going to channel some things. Know that since your dad is spirit and he's so good at problem solving, as you talk to him, he can take a few steps back and say, okay, there's a person that I want to bring to her that can help. Oh, there's a concept. Here's something new. Got a lot of people working for you. Your dad's one of them. So I see some of this that you're going to be doing hasn't been thought of yet. It's new creative ideas, a kind of an evolution in social media. It's all about connecting people in a new way. And we don't have to be superficial anymore. We can really go deep. It's soul to soul. And I don't know why they said that, but keep that in your heart. They said the word soul to soul, and they wrote it in beautiful gold writing, soul to soul. So that might mean something for you later.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we've kept you for a long time, my friend.
It's my pleasure.
Let's just stay. Rachel, can you tell people how they can get a hold of you if they like a reading? We told them earlier that you have openings in June and that you may have spots coming available because people like to have in person.
Yeah, I have some people that are wanting to reschedule later. So I typically don't have cancellations, but I do have some. So that's kind of great. So you might not have to wait a long time. If you're wanting a session, you can have a session right now over the phone or using Skype, Zoom. And then you go to my website. It's rachelcorpus.com. My last name is spelled like Corpus Christi. So rachelcorpus.com. And that's also where I post upcoming events. I've got a podcast starting with iHeartRadio in the next month or so. So watch when that comes out. I also have my own Angel Oracle deck coming out within the next month as well. So it's going to be reasonably priced and it's going to be really cool. So watch for those things. And that's how I'm kind of using this time to get my poop in a group, because all the things are like put off. So I love doing group readings, and you can actually do them now. Group readings over Zoom are really, really fun. So if you're looking for a way to connect to your family, you might do a group reading doing something like this. So
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Rachel, thank you so much. It's been so insightful again. And we can't thank you enough for coming on. So thanks
my pleasure.
Bringing my dad.
Oh, Bruce.
We just love you.
Thank you for sharing him. I love you too.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care.
Okay.
Be
See
well.
you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Just take that in, everybody. I mean, are you alive after that?
I don't.
Is Hannah supposed to come in?
We'll get Hannah here. Jeez, man.
I know that was heavy, and but also
my
good.
highlight is gone.
I feel like it was even better than your first reading with her. It was way more. Well, now you knew kind of how she reads and you
Yeah.
can ask more specific questions. And
Right.
so do you feel rested on
I feel
how your
so
dad
much
is?
better.
And yeah.
And I don't need to sell her, but
No.
like
but
just
if you need
I have a
little
friend
insight,
who just lost her father, and I feel like that is the missing piece of the puzzle, is that goodbye, and is that are you okay?
closure, like
That
yeah.
closure, not I don't want to call it closure
No, it's
because I
not.
don't know where we're going.
It's just peace.
Peace,
Yeah.
peace. So, Molly, you are listening, and I want you to do that with your mom.
Get Rachel on a Zoom.
Get Rachel on a Zoom,
Especially right now where you're at home and you've got the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it looks like we're going to be opening 14 businesses together, and I've got to expand. And I mean, that woman knows her stuff.
You better order some checks.
I know. The big business ones in the leather binder.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
that
know.
was so insightful. I need a drink. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean she's special. I feel like it also she already knows the answer to the question. You can watch her knowing
Yeah,
the
she's like,
answer.
shut up, quit
Yeah,
talking.
she's like, I'm ready to tell you now, and so I
Yeah.
love that about her. And I wrote down notes, so I'm excited to have the notes because
Well, we'll have this download too. I'll probably watch it 20 times
I know
before I go
just
to bed.
get them written down.
Yeah.
And so now we got Hannah.
I know this is going to be we're going to take a sharp right here,
big,
guys.
sharp, yeah. Is it a right or a left?
A left.
I don't know.
But it
Hannah
is going to
is-
be.
yes, Hannah
she's
lives-
Not, is she not on yet?
In Arizona. I think she wanted me to tell her, so I'll just
Oh,
give
there
her-
she is.
Oh, you got her.
Admit. Yeah, so Hannah's you introduce her. She's your cousin.
Hannah's my cousin. She's like my little sister. She's funny. And been doing comedy. Oh,
Hold on. Oh, we got to go back under. Hang on.
there's Hannah. Hannah, introduce yourself.
Hi.
It's so weird. I was actually going to bring on the angels, but she kind of took my outfit, so it's like I have nothing.
Are you in a robe or?
Yeah.
Are you a golden girl right now?
I am 57 years old. I just got through a divorce.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
I'm listening to like a lot of Dixie Chicks.
Okay. Yeah.
so
I like your
that's-
dream catcher. Those catching your dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad came to me. No.
Oh. Nice. Funny. Too soon, Hannah. Yeah.
Call back. I was actively listening.
Yeah.
Oh. Isn't she
Okay.
incredible though?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm definitely going to tap into that because I've got a lot of stuff.
Do you? It's like such
yeah.
a great.
I actually have had like this kid that died in my 7th grade class like talk to me every year since he's died. That's a whole thing.
Well, that is a whole thing.
Yeah, that's like a whole thing.
And she's wearing Monstera leaves to prove it.
He told her to wear that.
This is like my uniform.
Were you? Was
Like,
it a
I've
bridesmaid robe? Were you?
That's an H. That's an H.
Okay. Oh, I see the monogram.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did
Cool.
Gracie's wedding.
Oh, and that's what she got you.
That's it. She was like, "Here's your robe from Amazon," and I'm like, "Cool. I will wear this when I'm furloughed from work, and I have no idea what day or time it is. Like, I'm having so much fun on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, this is nice to do.
Is it Thursday?
No, it's not.
Oh.
That was
Oh, good. Jerry's fixing things.
Fancy things.
We have production people.
Yeah, we're important now, Hannah.
Yeah. So
I know you've leveled up.
I know.
Hey guys, do you think I've had a lot of bubbly water. Do you think you guys could chat for a second while I use the restroom?
Oh yeah, Hannah, let's start. What do you? Well, how?
do it.
So you're from Des Moines, obviously, Indianola, right? Indianola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indianola.
And you're in Phoenix,
Town. I'm in Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
That's a difference. Like, that's like saying West Des Moines and Des Moines.
Oh,
Sure. There's
Got
just
it.
more cocaine here. More cocaine.
right.
I mean, it's probably like worse cocaine in Phoenix. But
Got it.
that's-
Medical
so-
grade cocaine.
Yeah, like cornstarch cocaine, you know. But one thing that I am really excited about. So I'm living in a condo that my grandpa bought like in the 70s when Phoenix was popping off for the snowbirds, and so yeah, so he's like 88, 89. But one thing I'm really happy about today is he had, let me just paint a picture, 3 lazy boys in my condo. And let me tell you, if you like ever bring anyone home, like just a friend, like just like, you know, I've had friends over and they're like, hey, so what's this? Like, why three
That's
different
comfort.
Lazy Boy recliners? And I'm like, I just need a place where I can watch my stories and eat a decent 3-bean salad and just like chill and yell at the news.
Like, I don't get why you're asking questions.
Kind of rude. Like, I don't understand. So there was one that I actually like really took a liking to. And I would go home and I would like sit in that, like I've passed out in that chair like an old man, you know, with like a drink in my hand. Like Netflix is like, are you still there? And I'm like, you know how they like sit up like that. Anyway, so my grandpa gave the condo to my parents. And so the first thing, my grandpa like gave this whole speech and he's just like, keep it in the family, love you, da da da. And the first thing I'm thinking is like, I'm getting rid of this goddamn Lazy Boys. I swear to God, that's the first. And sold them. I sold them today.
You sold the Lazy Boys?
I sold all 3 today.
To one buyer?
To one buyer. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Sold all 3. Yeah.
You've been wanting to get rid of
did you
Lowell's
sell-
recliners for quite some
Did you
time
sell
now.
it to Weeping Willow Retirement Center? Like, who?
No.
Well, you can't go
This
in there.
guy, and his,
Yeah.
this guy and his son walk in and they're like, wow, these are great. And I'm like, how much Ken Burns are you going to watch in these these chairs? Because like, and they're like trying to haggle with me. And I was like, listen, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I sold them for $56 flat for 3. Like, I was just like, get them
I hope
out.
your
Like,
grandpa's watching. All right. Well, that's a. I mean,
well, so then the other thing is, like I put up a dream catcher to replace the 6 oil paintings of Native Americans on horses.
that's a little off-brand.
So
I
in
would say.
remembrance of those.
A couple mallards in there too. You know, like,
The
why not
mallards
bring
I could see. The
Yeah,
Native
yeah.
American paintings.
Are you Native American? Is your grandpa?
no, and I just did 23andMe, and I was hoping that I'd catch something cool. Like I was
Me
like,
too.
World War I, like someone went like a little too far east or a little too far south, like something, and they're like, you know
white.
where you
Nope. You're white.
You
Regular.
are so white.
Yeah.
But Maya, I don't know if you've known this, but one of our relatives contacted me through Facebook. Her name is Ann Young. We talk every morning. She's in England. And she sent me pictures of like our great grandpa, and it's wild, very angry in the photos.
Oh.
But she sent me a picture of her when she was young, and
Yeah.
we looked like twins.
Oh.
Oh.
Really,
I wish
really
I had
weird.
it to prove it. Yeah.
I do.
Oh.
So are you dating Hannah?
I'm sorry. Am I dating?
Happy COVID. How's dating going?
Okay.
Well, I mean, you could have
So
a Zoom.
this is where if you babysat me at any point, just know that I'm like a 31-year-old woman. Okay, like, and I am
Babysit her.
my temperature just went up like real high.
Yeah.
So I got on Bumble and I was just like, let's just see like what's up. And I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And so I was like I matched with this guy and he was like cute. And my thing is I really like tall, skinny guys who listen to Sublime. And, like I told my friend that and she's like, do you have syphilis? And I was like, statistically I should, but I don't. But so,
Is that joke
Sorry.
one? Because I don't know.
Dodge that
How many
bullet.
more of those? How many more of those are left?
sorry, I just got the beep. But so we were like, so we start like talking, and this guy's like Irish, and he's a researcher, and I'm like into it. Like I'm like okay, and he asked me to send a photo, and I just sent like a tasteful photo, and then he's like, cool. Well, can you send another one? And it involved things that I don't have that I would have to purchase from like Wish and like get in from China. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. And I watched him unmatch me. Like I watched the match just disappear. Like I didn't even get to be like, oh well, I'll just and he was like,
No, I'm gonna need you to precisely go to
all
the.
of it. And I was just like, okay, and so I deleted the app. But I did have like this trip that I was going to do to Italy. You know, I planned like this single independent woman.
Nothing really been going on there.
No, yeah. So I had to cancel it, obviously.
What?
And I know.
I don't understand.
What a
But like,
you should go
the
anyway.
thing is, like, if I died over there of COVID, like my friends would be like, Hannah died the way she lived, banging a dude whose name she can't pronounce, who had a low-grade fever, wearing a mask. Let her have this. Like, this is how she wanted to die. This is
it. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
live your truth, Hannah.
Yeah. In Italy.
And that's wearing an Amazon polyester blend that would light on fire near any of my candles.
You know,
And she'd end up in a
but you're
refrigerated
$56 up today.
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
You're
Good thing
doing
I still have
good.
health insurance with my furlough, so
I mean,
things are coming up, Hannah.
Yeah.
Hey, where's that angel communicator? Can you get her back on?
no, she is gone.
Rachel, don't have time for you, Hannah.
She's just like, oh, it's dark, it's cloudy. Like, why are there's
All
so
I
many
see is
roads?
recliners and
Why do I see an old sea captain? What is he doing?
yeah.
Yeah,
Never know where
so-
she's going exactly. I don't mind.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, quarantine is weird. I've been talking to Bo a lot. Maya's 9-year-old daughter. We are.
Thick as thieves, you
Yeah.
too.
They had t-shirts made.
We got T-shirts made from Laura,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so Bo made me download TikTok, and I've never felt more like a predator on that app. I'm like, like, why am I watching these 16-year-olds have their first kiss? Like,
Oh, the best friend kiss ones are so cute. I get a little
they are so cute.
They
I get
are.
a little creepy because, like, I'm just like, I never had that kiss. Like, I had like cornfield and keg kisses. Right?
Mhm.
Like, I
Same.
liked you at a basketball game.
Yeah.
You know, and then I like kiss them and puke up UV vodka.
Yeah, I know. You smell like cinnamon whiskey
Yeah.
and Coors Light,
Yeah. I think we
Yeah,
all
and
had
like-
the same growing up.
Bush Light.
Yeah.
So last night I was on TikTok and first I went live with Bo on Instagram.
I witnessed.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Laura. Came in.
I did. Bo's aesthetic was on point.
I know.
She's so TikTok, and I feel like such a dork, like talking to her because she's got her braids and she has like the lights, and she's like, so should I like do the savage dance? I don't know. And so she does it, and then one of my friends who follows me on Instagram like played for the NFL, and he like jumped on the call, and Bo was like, why is there someone who's verified on here watching me do TikTok dances?
Oh my
And so-
God. You probably made her life. I mean,
I know she's probably so
she,
excited
like,
right now.
She got like I watched her go like nervous, and then like he dropped off. He's like, "Oh, this is cute," and
oh,
then he's
darn.
like,
Aw.
she was like, "Hey, Hannah, why do you know someone who's verified?" And then she goes in Ollie's room and she's like, "Hey, Ollie, someone who's verified. Watch me do the renegade." And Ollie's like, "Cool."
Yeah.
Ollie ain't got no time.
I know. The verified, that is when I ask her if there's anything special she would like or
Oh, she
what
told me.
she just would like to be verified.
Bowen?
And, yeah, is there nothing
I
I,
think
can
she's
do
on
about
her
that?
way because I
I think-
showed her TikTok to Maggie and she was going, "Get it, sis." Okay.
Yeah, I know. Did you see the one,
Yeah.
the makeup one? That was.
I mean, she's killing it.
I don't know if I've sent it to you or not, Hannah, but
She's
Bo
so
is
good.
super talented for sure.
She's really funny because my friend Bella follows her on Instagram, and Bella like jumped in the live call, and then Bella was like, "Oh, who's your favorite TikToker?" And she like knows way more, so I was like, this is too much for me. Like this is overwhelming."
Yeah.
But anyway, I stayed up on TikTok until 2:30 in the morning. this
Oh.
morning.
That it's
Oh.
a total time suck.
It
Oh,
is.
it's
I
terrible.
think it's,
That's
I
one of
think
our
it's
K
creative.
buys is TikTok.
Yeah. It's at the end of the segment. I would say that when I'm talking to Bo about it, I would just like her to have at least some direction with her content. If we're going to go there and try to be verified.
Mom. What, Chris?
I was
What's that,
asking her
Chris?
that. I was like, so are you like what's your TikTok?
Chris.
She's like,
Chris Jenner.
I am. I'm
She's
a
like,
momager.
I'm a dancer. She's like, I do the TikTok dances. And I was like, and then I don't know if you guys
stupid.
saw, like,
and
What's
she's always
happening?
like, walkie down. Yeah.
she like cyberbullied me. She's like, so are you going to do a TikTok dance or what?
No.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
And I like didn't want to get into it, but I was like, Bo, the Chinese government is going to steal your information.
That's what Brett says to me,
And she's
Grandpa.
like, I'm not concerned. And I'm like,
She
okay,
doesn't even
yeah.
have a public account. That's been part of the thing. When
And
she
that's what I told her. I was like,
Yeah.
Bo, if you get TikTok famous, like you got to open it up. And
Well,
she's
and
like, my mom left me.
Well, I won't let her, but I will
she's
if her
fine.
content is appropriate. So funny, I told her, I said, if you're creative and you're clever, we can talk about it. So then she came to me with the Carol Baskins one, and I was like, you're halfway there. I mean, as long as you're doing something
Maggie
thoughtful.
thought that was a famous TikToker, and I'm like, no, that's Bo.
Oh my gosh, Bo would die.
She was like, oh, is she just dressed up as that famous? And I had no idea what she's talking about. But I'm like, I don't know what her vibe was, but she got mistaken.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
she's got the
like,
look.
texting. Yeah, she totally does. And I'm like, I feel like a nerd going on there, being like, hi, I'm Bo's cousin.
Really should be her aunt. Yeah. I'm in my robe with my white wine. Dear.
All right, I got that from officiating a wedding, and
It's
like
Blanche Devereaux hits TikTok.
it's Sagnan Blanc. Sagnan Blanc.
Is it barefoot?
Did you shrink down?
I think I'm. You know how these go.
A ducker, man. We're in tough times. Actually,
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah,
back to you,
I've
Hannah.
actually done like 3 elopements during this whole time because a lot
That's
of people,
right.
California actually like completely shut down.
Yeah.
They can't even get their marriage license. So that $40 for me paying to be an officiant has been the biggest return on investment. I've done like 30 weddings, and yeah, I've upped my prices and stuff.
Good for you,
So
Hannah.
that's cool. Yeah. So I've done a couple of these weddings, and like what's funny is I've handwritten these and it always makes me feel like my girl too, when they
Thomas J.
and they're like eloping. And they're having this like super romantic moment, and I'm just in between. Like,
You're like, you gonna kiss now or no?
you guys gonna make out? And I'm like, also, can you just like touch me as you do it so I can feel human contact? Can you just like slap me across the like?
And in this part of the ceremony, the groom kisses the officiant. Open
It's
mouth.
weird, I know, but this is non-traditional.
Hannah, did you handwrite in the part where the groom has to make hard eye contact for a minute?
No, this is
To profess his actual feelings for the
Just
officiant
stroke the side of my face. Feel
with his
something?
COVID hand.
just a little quick hand sanny and then
I
do
know.
that.
With his coronavirus riddled hand.
Yes.
You know,
I'm
I
glad
have
you're
one
doing that.
friend-
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing that. That's a thing.
Welcome to
People-
the industry.
That's pivoting. Yep.
It's been great. It's been fun. I married someone on Saturday, and I watched my other friend get married. They did like the whole Catholic church, like the whole ceremony, with like all on Zoom. And I like saw the beginning, and then I kind of like tuned it out and did other stuff because like Catholics, like that's a long one. Like that's a
That is
real.
a long one.
I'm
Yeah.
not officially shit for that. Like,
Well, I don't know if you
but
technically.
I don't think they're
you
letting
can-
you, sis.
I don't think so.
Right.
I think you got a lot more
Logistically, you can't do
classes
that.
to go to for that.
When the couple operations,
I did my-
I don't think women can, right?
I did
it's
my
not in the
first,
cards. Those that say no.
Nope. The
Can I
Oracle
be a
deck,
priest?
maybe
Is
an
it-
It's a
Wait,
no
wait,
for
wait,
you, dog.
wait.
Episcopalian priest for sure.
Yeah.
You guys, that's like why I wanted to
Catholicism.
go to Italy. I wanted to go to the Vatican City.
Yeah, and beg him for a position.
Have you seen this? This is the face of a Catholic.
I
Like,
sell services to people.
I used to.
Yeah. I'm Lutheran. It's almost that. Almost.
We're Catholic light.
Yeah,
like,
it's almost
the gist of it.
just
Like I'm
as
here
long.
for it.
Same outfits.
Yeah, same outfits. Like the whole dress up thing. We like casseroles, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. A lot of basement time.
Like I know the funeral sandwiches. They're the same.
I
Yeah.
can make a Jello salad.
Same ones. Yeah.
Coffee still tastes like.
Down.
Oh, church jokes. Here we are.
You're so good. You're so good.
We have arrived. We are now doing.
And that's
Catholic-
my time. Thank
Yeah,
you.
see you later. Thanks for being there.
Hannah Ty is a church comedian now. Just like that. Like
It's relatable.
what's funny is, like the last show that I did before this happened was I hosted a spot at Stand Up Live, and that's one of the big comedy clubs down here. And one of the comedians,
Just so everyone knows.
clap, and,
Brush your shoulder
and
off.
and the guy that I opened for, he was like, they're like, Hannah, can you do this? Can you open for this comedian? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I've like heard of him like through Instagram. Like a couple of my other friends have worked with him, and I like go to look at his website and like look at his credentials, and he hosts a podcast called Come Town, which is like the other.
You quick, call Facebook. Mute
Yeah.
that. Mute that.
COME.
He wasn't. And
Is
he
it
has
like an
one
all
message
boy
too.
or with it?
Well, yeah. So like I had gone on. I did the improv like that Sunday before, and I killed. Like had one of my best sets, and then I walk out, and it was just like all white dudes who could not care about me less. Like they're like, "Would you get off the stage?" And I was talking to the comedian before, and he had a missing tooth, just like one missing tooth, and he was from. Oh, you hear my cat, my only friend that I have right now? She got mad at me the other night, and I'm like, you cannot be mad at me. You're my only friend I have. You're my only contact.
It's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just us, but we're
We're
cool.
going to sit here and look at each other until this is over.
Yeah, she's like really annoyed with me. I'm pretty sure she's like, "Oh, so we're not moving today?"
Well, it's
huh?"
a lot. It's a lot of time together, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cat.
Tell me about
it
it.
really is. Like she's like, "Oh, we're listening to Dixie Chicks again."
Oh.
Like,
Here we go again.
I'm not
Baby.
ready to make nice.
Well, guys, this is all we had.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I need this more than you.
Yeah. I know.
I like that soldier song. Coming on home.
Yeah.
What is it? The soldier one, the just pressing.
Cowboy take.
Yeah, that one's a
I
good
like
one.
Cowboy Take
Traveling
Away.
soldier.
She's a half a bottle into the sparkly rosé.
No, I am not.
No, she is not. She's only one glass
No one
in.
likes to counter my
Nobody.
Grandma K. Come on, it's not.
Thank
it's
you.
not
Thank you
Christmas
very
Eve.
much. I'm proud of that title.
Well, tomorrow she's gonna tell you look tired.
Bitch better not.
No, I won't.
Maya and I would like show up to Easter or whatever Sunday. It's always a Sunday, and we'd be like, "Hey, Grandma," and she's like, "Did you go out last night?" And we'd be like, "No, I mean, I had a friend's." Okay, well,
Okay, well,
it's nice
yeah.
that you could show up.
at least hopefully you took a taxi.
Yeah. Grandma told me one time, she's like, if you get too drunk, just sleep in your car. I'm like,
Got it. Noted. Will do.
In Des Moines, that's quite safe, I'm sure.
You
Yeah.
told me that for my senior prom.
Well, that was nice. Good piece.
Yeah.
Solid advice.
Yeah. We got different kinds of advices then. I was the paver. She was one of the last.
I was
So
the baby.
Yeah.
I was the baby.
yeah.
So I turned out.
Are we so glad that Hannah came on?
Yes, I love
So
Hannah.
glad to have you.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank
really
you.
though, I think it was a nice counterbalance.
Yeah, I
to
need
the-
to laugh after that.
I've got a lot of friends in Arizona watching.
Oh,
right
good.
now.
Yay!
Thank
Hi,
you,
Arizona.
Yeah, they're like,
We're not all
first-
farmers. Just kidding. I don't know.
I'm a-
Isn't that what people think?
I was like, my cousin Maya.
I got this friend.
And then I'm like, my cousin's friend made this shirt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's vintage.
Now they see that we're real people.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going on their podcast.
Uh-huh. We're so glad you came.
Yeah,
it was really
love you,
funny.
Hannah.
You're funny.
Thank you for having me.
You're always a good guest. You can binge listen to another episode of Hannah. She was on, 3 episodes ago?
A few on K-By, the
you're
recorded
right.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a listen.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was at the shop, so it was a lot of
And that
floral
was,
cooler motor sounding.
but that was a lot. We talked about a lot
I
of,
heard a lot.
we were
We
really,
covered,
that was a good one.
Business and haters and
Now I have different opinions.
yeah,
Ooh.
things have changed.
Well, you can jump on the next one and let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Zoom has been fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Zoom is so fun, but I need to quit getting invited to Zoom calls because I just got on and my ex-boyfriend was on.
Got it.
And what?
I said got it.
Oh, I thought you said Colin. I was like, that's my brother.
What?
Colin?
No.
No. Everything for me. But no, that was weird how he could haunt my life. And I was like my face just changed and the host was like, oh shit, I totally forgot. I was like, you forgot that.
Insensitive.
That whole incident.
But you should be like,
I,
who got $56 today, bro?
You try to sell recliners.
Yeah.
You try to haggle 3 lazy boys.
God, the poor fellow that had to carry those out of apartment 6B. I have no.
Yeah, I know. I was like, do you have it? Are you good? Okay.
Keep your heart out.
Click. Nothing but dream catchers from here on out.
Yeah. Well, they
You're
tried,
like,
they tried to buy one of my tables, and I was like, no, that one's mine. And they're like, well, what if? I was like, no. This
drawing
is
a
mine.
line.
I'm
You
like
don't have
scrambling to get this podcast. I've got flowers. I've got candles. I'm like, what do I need? I need a linen. I need, and I get a text message from Hannah, and she's like, picture of this terrible end table, and she's like, hey, how do I soup this up? Because you ask me how to soup it up, and I'm like, well, you know what, Hannah? I'm trying to get your ass on television. Not really,
Look at
whatever.
me.
I know, here you are.
I have time to do. I have time for everything.
Well, file it under the text messages that I probably won't get to unless you resend it tomorrow.
Burn. Jeez.
And that is that. Well, tomorrow, I said. Not
And
another
she's-
word about it.
she's gonna thumbs up it. She's gonna buy it.
I always
and
feel
I
bad. On my birthday, she's like, good, so, and I'm like, putting flowers in vases, putting flowers in vases. She's like, good. And she's like, yeah, because she's so sweet. You are a very kind cousin and friend. And she's like, I hope you're having it. And then I'm like, yep, good, thank you. Exclamation points. And then she's like, so do you and the girls have are the kids going to do anything special or, and I'm like, via text right now? It's the middle of the day.
Dramatic.
I know, and she's.
I know, and I'm like, okay. And then
Not everybody's on
she's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. And then I
robe
was
and
like,
wine time. You know what I mean?
and then it just cut to me just laying in my bed. I was like, well, that's that communication.
Well,
I'm
that
so
does it.
sorry. If you could just fly home, I could use a set of hands,
I am not getting on a plane. Are you kidding me?
I know. That's the whole
you could
thing. So
drive.
don't text
people-
until you
well,
can,
no. Yeah. People
Yeah.
are like, are you coming home or are you going to drive? I'm like, no.
No,
I
I
have
wouldn't either.
quota to hit with my parents and it's 2.5 days. That's what I can handle. And then I'm coming home. No,
Well, you want
so.
your own space. The one without
Yeah,
recliners.
now I have so much space.
Now we're just
Stretched
footloose and
out.
fancy
There's
free.
so much foot padding that's not here anymore.
Do you know how many Dixie Chick songs that I can cover in that living room right now?
Traveling soldier.
You know how many twirls you can do to Cowboy Take Me Away?
You're
Yeah,
shrinking
but
again.
I know. I got off my knee.
Oh.
We got a stool problem.
Are your knees still popping, Maya?
Oh, that's hereditary. I'm surprised you don't have
Hit
that.
36.
Pop. My toes pop. My big toe will just
That's
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Should I ask our cousin that? Hey, is that hereditary?
Look at this. I'm back.
In England?
Hi, everybody. Okay, Hannah, we got to do K-Hi, K-Bye, and all these things extra later left. But will you please will you listen? Will you listen on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
Will you give us a like and
Give
a
us a
comment?
like and a heart and a comment. Subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Like
love
to
you,
know
Hannah.
it. Like to know it. My
Like to know-
shirt. My shirt. Nope.
Link in
Just
bio.
kidding. Link is in the bio.
Yeah.
Love you, mean it.
Love you, mean it.
Okay. Bye,
Bye,
sis.
girl. Mwah.
girlfriend.
Mwah. Mwah. Bye.
Love you. Love
Bye.
you.
Love you.
Oh, she's the sweetest.
She
Well,
is.
we can take these off.
Oh,
These are-
good.
I'm
Those
doing
will-
sweat.
ooh,
It's
those
always
are-
like you're going from Earth to outer space when you take those off.
Definitely.
Okay, so I
Astronaut
can
land, back to the deal.
shut
Yeah,
this?
shut her down. Let's do it. So we've gone over a little bit. So if you're hanging out with us still, thank you so much.
Probably
Because
my mom still, and that's
I know. Your mom and Bruce.
yeah.
Isn't that nice?
That made me feel better. I hope
Yeah.
she listened.
I
to
know.
it.
So
She
it was
probably
double
didn't.
edged. Because, no, definitely not.
She
And
probably did not.
you'll have to talk
catch
to her
it.
about it later.
Yes.
Make sure
I
you talk
forgot
in
to
your
her
mic.
Yes. Sorry. Sorry.
So, okay, so some of the things that we normally do on our podcast is we K-buy, K-high things.
Yeah.
Things that are on trend that we think are annoying or silly or funny or not, right? And
Yeah.
so we have a list of them and we talk about why.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it here and then we're going to close.
Yeah.
So, okay. So on the list is TikTok, which we covered, but how about like adults doing TikTok?
You know, I'm not opposed. My thing here lies here. Okay, so this can be this is a time suck. And I've talked to people that are getting time sucked from it. Like, just like your night is gone. Because it is addictive and you just keep going and you go. And then by the end of it, you're like, I literally got nothing out of it, which is okay during COVID, in my opinion. Do it. Learn the dance. Nasty.
Yeah. You know,
Say of it. No, I don't know any of it. But I'm saying it's okay. Do what you want. Like,
yeah,
get by.
you should.
Do
Yeah,
it.
Get by.
Post
It's funny.
it.
Well, and when you're doing it with your kids, it's funny.
And I don't think, and I like now, like when we're back to normal per se, I don't know that I had to uninstall it because it was a time suck for me and it was not productive, and that bothers me in my brain. Doesn't have to bother you, but I feel like if I pop on, is this whole?
It was just a screw. I don't know. The whole thing's going to just collapse.
Anyway, yeah, okay. But I feel like it's okay now. And long story long, it's okay now. I feel like you have to reevaluate when this is over.
Right. I do feel like it's untapped. I think it's a young
Yeah.
thing right now, but so was Instagram maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I don't
But-
think you should put an age limit on it. I don't care. I thought I was one of the time sucks was like a lady who was 45 and a mom, and it was like Kelly Mano or something like that. I found I was in stitches.
Yeah.
She let
Oh, they're
herself go
funny.
down the
Yeah,
stairs,
yeah.
and I lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, and she
Anything
was
to make you laugh,
Yeah.
I think. If it's
Anything to make
entertaining
you
and
laugh.
it's fun, yeah.
And yeah, I don't
So
care
you're
what age you're.
K-highing it.
Oh, I'm K-highing it.
Yeah.
For now.
I'll K-high it if
let's,
you K-high.
Let's
Like I
reevaluate.
said, Bo Louise, my 9-year-old, I think
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It's been awesome. It's been like just a way to see
Yeah.
her creativity
Creative outlet.
And it's not been maybe it's a time
But I
sucker,
think now it's okay.
Yeah, right
let's
now.
Reevaluate
Let's
later,
reevaluate, yeah.
and let's see what Bo's time needs to be
so I'm
spent
going to
on.
K-high it too, but then
Yeah.
that takes us into the COVID-19 productive
If
pressure.
I see another, I can't curse the
Right.
F. But if I see another meme like telling you, get your ducks in a row now, girls.
and if you
great if
didn't,
you
it was
can.
because you lacked
motivation. Great if
or
you can, but
dedication.
yeah, no. Eat the Cheeto.
Well, here's the thing.
Go
It's
take
we're
the walk.
we're all
do the
going
thing.
through. It's
yeah.
trauma.
Yeah,
it
it's
is trauma,
and it's hard and
It
it's
is
scary
trauma.
and it's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And
And you cope how you cope. I liked your Vine today that you posted. That was. Hi everybody. I'd like and no
It's
offense
from
because
Barstool
honestly
Sports.
I have a trainer who posts her workouts and I
Right.
love and it's like yoga you need it and
Yes.
it's been amazing. It's another way to pivot. It's small business. It's important to me.
100%, which I watch Power
But
Life all the time.
that was funny and it was just her
She was
giving
like,
you a
watch
tip in the video in the screen. Okay, this is what you do. Okay, now you just go over to a surface and then you lie down and then you just shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And you just lay here
Yeah.
because nobody gives a shit. And
Which-
I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
It's just
I do
taking
give a
light.
shit about the yoga people that
Exercise
I
and
watch.
working. And you
I
should move
wasn't-
your body
yeah.
and you should eat
Yeah.
well and don't get in holes of sadness.
Now, eat well,
because-
that's a stretch.
well, I know because there's a lot of chips.
I've been
during
doing a
COVID-19.
lot of processed foods, which was one of my goals at New Year's when we had our podcast 3 times ago. We had this big, huge moment of like goals.
But all these
and-
things out the window.
Out, they
the
just
window.
went right
Whatever
out
makes
there,
you feel
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that these rules and sort of guidelines that we have for ourselves outside of trauma and pandemic are different than what they should be.
Yeah, let's all just
normal
reevaluate.
life.
And
Yeah.
if you feel to take the time right now to plan businesses, which sometimes we
I think people are. I think people are excited.
Sometimes we get in a mode where we want to talk about that, and we do, and we're super creative, and I feel like we make progress in our business decisions for the future, and that's great. But then there's weeks where we don't talk about it at all, and that's fine. Like, I'm not going to put a timeline on myself and pressure. Like, you have to be productive, and why aren't you snatched at the end of Pandy? I'm not going to be.
I will call it forever Pandy.
My pants are tight, and that's that.
Fine.
And it's fine.
So that is a
K-bye.
K-bye on
Big time
the
bye.
COVID-19 productive pressure. The last one is just the wiping down Instacart. Okay, so Instacart's been our friend, and we've we haven't gone to the grocery store at all.
neither.
For the most part. We did an early couple of runs in those first weeks.
Yeah, I did like the first. Yeah. Anyway,
I did, on a side note, I did tell Laura that she should journal kind of like how her business has ran.
I need to do that, yeah.
And you know what you do? You just go to notes and just voice to text.
Yes,
just say
I just
it
need
out.
to do it.
Like kind of how it went, because I think the freak out mode has gone from major. Well, it's a roller coaster, really, because I'll have like moments of like, this is the weather, and I get time, and then I'm in this dark hole of fear and doom.
and then someone says my mother just died, and it's like,
the grief
obviously
that people are dealing with alone.
I can
and,
empathize with that, and it's horrible and terrible, and so then it just snatches you right back from that great sunny day moment with your kids out learning how to ride
lining,
without
getting it done,
training
right.
wheels
into how
real
lonely
life.
and sad it really is. But again, there is silver lining, and so we can see the bright side through the clouds, and we know that one day things will go to normal, but we just don't know when. And so, being event people, we have to think maybe further on than some. Just how our businesses will sort of, or our livelihoods will survive. But I think at the end of the day, the roller coaster is you're going to ride it, and you're going to be
we don't
up
have a
and
choice
down.
here.
No, you're going to be up and down.
Every emotion is okay, and you have to, like we've always said, reach out to your friends. We have a really good group of girls that like checks on each other, and I hope you do too. And if you don't,
we laugh and
DM me, and I'll be a friend. I promise. Like, keep in touch with your parents. And another thing, not to like, plug, but like the Vinyl Studio. So we've done a couple of things where it's like coloring books for kids that we've donated. We've donated $1,100 thus far. It's probably more than that. I have to go to the Food Bank of Iowa. Just doing some things that are like trying to think outside of the box for all of us people that are staying home and need things to do. The next one will be an interview page for, basically it's like an interview of your parents. So your kids are going to do this, and you can have your husband write it when your little kid interviews your mom. But like not to get deep again, but like what I wish I would have written out about my dad. I want to know what his favorite memories were when he was a kid. I don't know that. So I think this time with family, this is important to like reevaluate as family, have a capsule. What is your, like as a kid, what's your mom's, and as an adult now, I'm going to, with this document or whatever, your own document, like I want to know my mom's favorite memory as a kid. I want to know what she remembers, like about growing up, what she wishes she didn't do, what she is glad she did do, those types of things. So that's going to come up as soon as I can get it finalized, and then we'll have that up. But we usually do like $1 to $3 for purchase, and then you can just download it. But I think this is important. Even if you don't have the $3, email me and I'll send it to you for free.
Get it.
But I think it's a great time to reach out. And I am going on a tangent, but I think it's a great time to reach out to people so they know where they came from, and know where you came from.
Some creative thought around being quarantined together,
right?
And what you can do to do some things with your time that you can hang on to.
Yeah.
We did special things. Easter was special. My birthday was special with my family that, not that I miss. I want to do, we have a great birthday April event with my own family because we have so many close birthdays. That's sad. And I'll miss that. But at the same time, it's a different kind of special just to be at home and do things within your home and grill. And, it's different that you can go outside, you can enjoy. So it's not been the worst thing, but I'd really like all of this to just be over, but that's
so
the roller coaster
Rachel
part.
If you're still listening,
I know
we should have asked for that, but I didn't want to put that.
I didn't want to. I mean, of course, this is the obvious, but it's like, and I think if you have that question, she could answer it for you. For me, I don't know. I feel like that's it's like you can't know. I mean, I think she'd tell you what we know, which is as soon as there's vaccine and, which is probably sooner than later, that we'll get through it. But anyway, in closing, so those are our K-High, K-Buys. We do those on our podcast regularly. But in closing, we want to talk about small and local businesses. Wherever you are, of course, make sure you're supporting small and local as much as you possibly can. If they're not able to service right now, buy gift certificates, buy cuts and highlights ahead of time, pay musicians when they're going live on this channel. You can Venmo them. And order out. Restaurants are being hit super hard. So, of course, we've got lists of those that we can go through. We have small businesses, and I have clients that mainly, they might own a salon. I get my hair cut at a different salon, but I was able to buy product from her. So you can be creative, buy gifts from there for people that love that business.
Well, and Maya, you were really thoughtful in your, instead of going to Amazon and just being like, ship it. Is there I was going to buy foundation from Sephora, which, we all love Sephora, but I was like, no, I'm going to call Vanity and Glamour, which is right over there on Ingersoll.
They make their own.
Yep. They make their own. They've matched my color before, so I just ordered it online, and they're delivering it, and it's going to be...
So I think most people are doing that. I think
that.
They're thinking about it. I feel bad for people that aren't in the Instagram game.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that today. I feel like because of Laura's social media management on my social, which if you didn't know, now you know, Laura handles my social because... Mine would be, I'd have a post a month. I know, look at her. She needs content. And I'm like, well, I just, it's not my wheelhouse.
You've been doing great.
I've been trying. You've been
doing
with more
great.
time, But those people that aren't on Instagram that are, that kill it, that do amazing local business, but maybe they're my age or a little bit older and it's just not really in their wheelhouse. They're not going to pay for it. There's plenty of those businesses as well. So we're going to give some shout outs, I feel like, of just the ones on, the tips of our tongues. First, I just want to shout out to my fellow event industry people. Just as a love and shout out is, all of my friends in the industry, my fellow event planners who had gobs of events in the spring that are going to lose some major business. So shout out to you guys.
Thinking about you
all and knowing that it'll turn around, and hopefully all postponements. And a lot of you are pivoting and doing, the little, elopements. And there are ways I think that we'll be able to get around those things. So those people who do event design and event planning and event coordination and rentals and things like that, these are huge businesses that employ thousands of people and who stay very busy because people do have events and get married. So it's been a tough one to be a part of. Luckily for us, we had another source of income. So in closing, shout out to them, shout out to restaurants, shout out to salons. My highlight, my roots are so long.
I know.
And I'm not doing it myself. So you're going to have to deal. This is it.
Some restaurants that are really Eatery A is really doing it right. It's a horseshoe. They know you're coming. They drop it in your back seat. You're on the go. Malo, margaritas. Need I say more?
Yeah.
Gateway Market, crushing it. Lucky Lotus. I mean, great support of us.
Their takeout game is strong.
We love them. They are.
Well, they just do it right.
They just do it right,
and
they support
too.
us and the community.
They're new.
They're new,
to the
and they're branding.
Their branding.
G-Migs across the street from us. Shop Marnie, we love her. Angela's a doll. Blonde Genius, Erin, we're thinking of you.
Yep.
Wildflower, you ever heard of her? What a bitch. The Vinyl Studio, obviously. This is the Vinyl Studio. Love you, mean it.
Yeah.
Harbinger, pivoted big time. Korean barbecue, fantastic.
Love.
Jane's Boutique down in East Village. Thank you for your support. Martin's Flag, owned by some guy called Brett Biggins, might be my husband. He's offering free shipping through Thursday. Dent Eliminators, they are doing detailing, and if you have a dent, it's all via text message. Don't worry about it. Silver Fox, some deers across the street from Maya. Am I saying too much? I'm just
nope. Keep going.
Okay, Tandem Brick, next door to Maya. Great supporters of your business. Leona Ruby,
jewelry that we
you see those statement rings Maya wears in all of her posts. That's Leona Ruby. Eden, that's Maya's longtime friend.
Kind of how I started Wildflower.
Yeah.
And Jen passed away from breast cancer, but Dina is running that ship tight, and we'll answer the phone. And if you need a product, anything, shampoo, conditioner, dish soap, all the things that might be trickier to get at a big box.
Yeah,
you
like a
can-
Target. Maybe get a nice
She delivered it
soap.
to my shop.
Yeah.
I mean, so called, paid over the phone. Oliver and James is where I got the product. Oliver and James, they're just a huge supporter of our business while we're in full swing regular, and they buy flowers. The owner's husband is always buying flowers for her. So anyway, I repaid the favor, but amazing products, by the way.
Yes, great. Edelman and Dean PR when we're back at it.
Oh, so much PR is
So much
happening.
PR.
So much.
And I mean, that Liz, what a babe.
I know. She'll be on.
Yeah.
We've been saying that.
Allie and Keaton, Realty. Is it One Realty? I think.
Yes.
Is the name of it. They're realtors if you guys have any housing needs right now.
The real estate market is fine. I mean, you got people still looking at
What is
houses,
her
still moving, still look her
Allie,
up quick.
comment and put your
Tag your
contact
business.
info.
Yep.
She's super talented, super available.
And she'll find
We
you
love
what
her.
you need.
Yeah. And
Proof of that game.
yeah,
Postage
happy
hat
birthday
for-
to my cousin Sarah. She turned 40 during this
Aw,
COVID.
Happy 40.
I know, I love you, Sarah. Sorry you had to spend it inside your house on Zoom with
No
your
big
family.
deal. They're special, really.
Yeah, I mean, I hope
it is-
she felt that way. She's an amazing girl. She's like always. They have her and her husband do like they go around all the national parks. I mean, it's
I know.
like a little note there.
Yeah.
It's like they're great people. So sorry you had to spend it indoors, but I love you. Happy
Shout out
birthday.
to her. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
To my mom who's still watching.
I know. Lilas.
Lilas.
I know.
Thank you guys.
Guys,
If you like
thanks.
this, please support
Yeah,
us.
let us know.
Because this is a paid production, so if you want us to do it again, we can shorten it up.
No, it'll go 2 hours.
Let
That's
us
just-
know, like, comment, share, give us a text. We love you all. Thank you for watching.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace out.